Good evening, good evening, good evening again. I decided to do one more. I had time. So today is still Saturday. Friday. Today is Friday, September 6th, 2024. Back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. I'm not working right now, so I might as well just make videos. I ain't got nothing else to do. And pretty soon, just warning you, not wishing it on you, just warning you, pretty soon, plenty more of y'all ain't gonna have nothing else to do. That's a sad reality. Sad, but reality. I'm telling you reality. I'm telling you to prepare for where I am right now. Figure it out before you get here. What you're gonna do, not if, but when you get here, if things don't turn around. Be preparing for what you're gonna do. If you're a person that only got one job, no side hustles, none of that, you just got a job and that's all you got. Right now, while you still got that job, you better, not you should, or you ought to, maybe you ought to think about it, you better find other ways to make money in today's world, or pretty soon you're going to be asked out. If I didn't have other streams of income right now, you got it. I'll be asked out. I didn't work today, didn't work yesterday, didn't work Monday, and y'all know the story. But I haven't missed a beat with bills. I'm not struggling financially, trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay that. Because before that happened, I wasn't doing it for that. I was doing it trying to get ahead. I wasn't preparing to be out of work because I didn't think I was gonna be out of work. I'm a truck driver. That don't happen to us, like the nurses. That don't happen to us. So I wasn't preparing to be out of work. I was getting all these side hustles and extra things to do to get ahead. I was doing all of the extra stuff to get ahead, to make extra money, to save, to build, to get rich. Didn't know it was gonna come a time where I was gonna need that just to survive. Not get ahead, to survive. Because if I didn't have these extra incomes, I pretty much wouldn't have no income. With a son to take care of, myself to take care of. So, prepare yourself for what's coming. Here you go.
On paper, the job market now looks solid. Unemployment hit a 54-year low at 3.4% back in January of 2023. And U.S. employers added 2.7 million people to the payroll in 2023 alone. The January jobs report also showed the 2024 labor market was off to a solid start.
When we look at the hard data, it seems to suggest that the labor market has been fairly strong. And
those numbers, if y'all haven't figured out by now, are manipulated. They're lies. The administration puts out these false numbers. They manipulate and twist the numbers, the ideas. Because most of us know out here, like, hold on, y'all saying one thing, but we seeing another. They're talking about the jobs added. That's because people are working 2 or 3 jobs now. One person is working 3 jobs. So it ain't that it's more people working, it's the same person working 3 jobs. That's why the job numbers are up, but we're still struggling because it takes 2 or 3 jobs to make it. So you don't be fooled by when they say the job market looking good. We got the unemployment at an all-time, it's at a low. Yeah, we working 2 and 3 jobs. So therefore, on paper, like he just said, it looks good on paper. But in real life, it's bad.
In fact, surprisingly resilient, especially after 2023, where we had headlines about layoffs and forecasts of recession. But when you look at the soft data, Americans tend to be a little bit less optimistic about how the economy is doing, and in particular about the job market.
Politicians just talking about how the economy is so great. I just want to scream from the rooftops. Then how come no one can find a job?
Recently, unemployed full-time workers applied to an average of 30 jobs, only to receive an average of 4 callbacks or responses.
If you look at the job vacancies,
As he just said, politicians, what have you, talking about with Democrat politicians right now. They got Biden and all them folk got to make it's just we just doing so great. Everything is wonderful. I'm doing good. But yet, we don't feel it. Politicians and their lies.
Jobs report also showed the 2024 labor market was off to a solid start.
When we look at the hard data, it seems to suggest.
I went back too far, y'all. I'm getting used to this. All right, now I got it back on cue.
job vacancies, they're down a little bit, but not down enormously. But if you ask, how hard are you working to fill them? The answer seems to be not very right now.
So why does it feel so hard to get a job right now? And is the U.S. labor market as strong as it seems?
Hi, my name's Jenna Jackson. I'm from Ardmore, Pennsylvania, in the suburbs of Philadelphia. This job market is like the craziest that I have ever seen. I was frustrated just with how my job search process has been going. I haven't quantified how many applications I've applied to. It would be a little depressing, I feel, at this point to quantify it. But it was definitely in the hundreds at least.
55% of unemployed adults said they were burnt out from searching for a new job. Younger generations were impacted the most, with 66% complaining of burnout stemming from job search.
Looking for a job can be a full-time job. There's a lot that goes into it. Filling out applications online can be tedious and can be time-consuming and can be really stressful.
Every day just feels like Groundhog Day. You're waking up doing the same thing.
When I looked at the data, if you just applied to a job through a job board, the odds of you getting hired were about 3%. So you got to apply to a lot of different jobs in order to have a chance to get them. And you're going to get lots and lots of just no responses. And it's exhausting if you do that.
A 2023 study from...
I'm talking about what people want to talk about. They lying to us. They lying to you. They ain't lying to me because I know better. They telling us how great the economy is. This is one of the best economies of all time. But you can't find a damn job. If you got one, it ain't worth the damn and they paying nothing. And then these job numbers, all these people that are working, all these jobs that are being filled, all these new jobs being created, they're going to 1 and 2. They got one person working 3 jobs. So that's 3 jobs. They ain't telling you whether or not they full-time job, part-time jobs, DoorDash, none of that. They're just saying new jobs. But we out here in the real world noticing, what are they talking about this great economy? What am I doing wrong? You ain't doing nothing wrong, baby. They lying. They lying. They trying to make your boy look good. Weekend at Bernie's. So they can get me in there. Anyway.
From Glassdoor revealed that mentions of applicants being ghosted by their prospective employers grew substantially since before the COVID-19 pandemic.
We often hear from job seekers that they send out tons and tons of applications and they don't even hear back, and that can be very emotionally and mentally taxing.
It's unprofessional as well. It's like, especially if you're going to take the time to do an interview with them, you can at least let them know.
And I think it's because of technology. It's easy to put up a job, And so many people can see that job. So when you get such an overwhelming response, it's often very difficult to get back to every single solitary candidate. Certainly during the Great Resignation, when the market was at a fever pitch, companies were being ghosted by candidates, which is something that hadn't happened as much in the past. So we've seen it happen on both sides of the fence, and I think a lot of it is caused by just sheer volume.
The time it takes for a company to hire an employee also hit an all-time high, at an average of 44 days during the first quarter of 2023, with some industries like the energy and defense sector taking more than 67 days for hire.
The application process has been getting longer and longer, with going through multiple rounds and doing assessments. My worst experience so far was with a large financial institution where I had a phone screen with them, and I also had a Zoom interview with one of the team members. After that, I had a case study where I was given very vague instructions, and they got back to me and said that the team didn't feel like there was enough. They gave me another attempt. In the end, I just ended up just going back to the recruiter and saying, like, I'm sorry, I don't think this is the best fit. Because even if I did move forward and, they were okay with my revision, there still would have been 3 more interviews.
A lot of employers think.
I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear this. I've had a lot of y'all email me and ask me about what line of work to go in, what I think about trade school, what I think about this, what I think about that. And a lot of y'all even go as far as to tell me working for myself ain't in the equation. You're asking me for suggestions on job fields and different ways to make money, but working for yourself that's not the question. And I'm telling y'all, man, y'all better start trying to figure out a way to make money for yourself. No, everybody is not going to be able to be self-employed. Everybody's not going to be able to work for themselves. But it needs to be as many of y'all as possible figuring out a way to work for yourself and not having to depend on nobody else to make money for you, to provide for your family. When you go and applying for a job, you asking for a handout. Even though you're willing to work, you asking somebody else to provide a way for you to provide for yourself. Nowadays, when you asking for a job, you actually begging. When you think about it, you can't provide for yourself. You can't make money for yourself. You need somebody else to provide a way for you to make income. So therefore, in essence, you begging. You dependent on somebody else. You gotta, this day and time we living in right now, you gotta learn how to hustle and work for yourself. Even if you, like me, even if you decide to work for somebody else or whatever, because I got my own truck, I'm contracted on to large retail. I ain't gonna tell y'all who, because you go to Hayden, a lot of people. But I work for one of the largest employers in the world. I mean, in America. I'm leased on with them. I pull their freight from the port. And I still do other stuff for myself, self-employed. I'm self-employed with the truck, but at the same time, I'm still dependent on them to give me work. But I have other stuff outside of that that's keeping me going, that's solely on me and what I'm willing to do and the work I'm willing to put in. I'm not asking nobody to hire me. I'm not putting no applications. I'm not going through all that bullshit sitting before them folks. Will you please give me a job? And they got me doing my ABC, jumping through hoops, doing this, jump roping, double dutch busting, all that. I ain't doing all that. Now, if y'all feel like doing all that, just to turn around and still not get the job. Them folks interviewing you like a slave. They're examining you like a slave. Looking at you, looking you over, checking this out, checking that out. How tall are you? How fat are you? How skinny are you? You black, white, woman, man. Yeah, you'll make a good slave for our company. No, you won't. We don't want you. You're not good enough. I'm telling y'all, the farther along we go with the type of economy we got going on right now and the type of world we're living in, you better learn how to do something for yourself. If you know how to cook, you better learn how to cook meals and sell them. Go on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, what have you, start selling shit. Figure it out. That job shit is playing out. People getting laid off like it ain't nothing. And they don't know what else they're going to do because they don't have no hustle in them. If you ain't no hustler right now, you done. Even though if you holding on your little job right now, in a minute now, they can replace you with AI, robots, who knows? Who knows? Or they can have you working for the same wage for the next 10 years and you can't do nothing about it because you don't have no other way to make income. So you got to take whatever they give you. Figure it out. I don't have all the answers for you, what you're going to do, what type of business go in. You know what you're good at. Find something you love to do, something you're good at, and figure out how to sell it. You got people around here washing trash cans for a side hustle. I'm kidding you not. Washing trash cans. How people, trash can be dirty, especially get dumped on the trash man come full of maggots and stuff like that. You got people that go around, I've seen them with my own eyes, getting paid to clean out your trash can, get all the maggots out of it, make it smell good, clean it up. They might charge $10 a can. If you got everybody in the whole neighborhood, $10 a can, if you got 30 people in the neighborhood getting you to clean out their trash can for $10, that's $300. Think about it. Y'all know how your trash cans be, right? Depending on, especially you live in the hood eating collard greens and stuff like that. When you put your trash out in the morning for the trash man to come through, when he dump it, it's full of garbage, what we call garbage can juice. Filthy, disgusting. Do you want to clean that out? Well, guess what? You got people that's in business now. Just like you got people wash cars, portable car washes. You got people got portable trash can washers. If you can think it, you can do it. Washing trash cans? Yeah. Washing trash cans. Figure it out. $10 a can. To the average person, $10 ain't a whole lot of money. I'll give you $10. You come through every week and wash my trash can. $10. That's Starbucks. But for you, you got that $10. Everybody in the neighborhood find out that you do that. Because a lot of folks don't want to deal with that old stinking, nasty ass trash can. Even though I can do that myself, you don't want to do that. Because we don't do it. Most people don't do that. Clean your trash can for you. Get all the maggot juice out of it. Have your trash can feeling fresh and spring clean. $10. 30 people in one neighborhood, that's $300. Go to the next neighborhood, same shit. Joke about you make $1,000 a day cleaning trash cans. Who would have thunk? You got to apply yourself to working for yourself. Figure something out. Clean up dog poop out the yard. Who knows? You got to figure something out, y'all. The way you can't be around here depending on these folks for no job. Because in essence, your survival, you put it in the hands of another human being that can let you go at any time if they don't feel like you benefiting them. You got to do it for yourself.
Anything important. They don't know that the questions they're asking are going to reveal anything about whether you're a good candidate or not. They don't know when they ask the question what the right answer is. And this is a development that's been going on for a while. It's not a good thing for anybody. And even if the labor market was stronger, you would still be seeing some of this.
There are generally two terms economists use to describe the state of the job market: tight and loose.
Usually when economists talk about a tight labor market, they mean hot, essentially. And mostly what that means is it is difficult for employers to find workers. And so in that context, employers tend to be more hesitant to lay off workers. They tend to try to be more aggressive about how they hire, whether that means offering bonuses or offering on-the-job training. By contrast, a loose labor market or cold labor market is one where there might be layoffs, it might be hiring freezes, it might be difficult to find a job for workers who are either already in the workforce or workers who are trying to enter the workforce for the first time.
The American labor market has remained extremely tight following the end of the pandemic.
So many companies had to scale back during the pandemic, and then all at once, companies were able to hire again as their businesses started to move. So you had so many job openings happening all at the same time.
Job openings surged to historic highs, while the country continued to struggle from a devastating labor shortage.
Now, that was after COVID. They lost millions of jobs, so all they did was replace the jobs that was lost. So we were under the illusion that the job market is booming, when all that happened was all those jobs was suddenly reopened again. That's all that happened. So there you have it. Jobs are harder to get, and they're laying off like it's a sport. Thousands of people are getting laid off in America every day. A lot with no warning. They're laying people off by text message, email, at the house. You at home, you wake up, get the text message, you don't need to come in today. I'm gonna make a video about that too, if some of y'all don't believe that. They firing or laying people off through text message. You get up, I saw the video, guy woke up, looked at his text message, you don't need to come in today. We're going to lay y'all on the text. You gotta figure out before it's too late. If you're still working right now, start looking into how or something you can do for yourself just in case you don't have your job no more. If you got a job right now, start figuring out and prepare. I know y'all say I don't want to work for myself, I don't feel like doing it. You better figure out something. You ain't gotta listen to me. Just depend on your job. Your job's gonna be there. It ain't gonna happen to you. It happened to them folk, just like the nurses thought. We recession proof. We ain't got to work. There's always going to be a need for nurses. Just like I thought was going to always be a need for truck drivers. Hey, you ain't got to listen to me. I'm just a crazy dude on YouTube. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just preaching doom and gloom. That's all. I love it. I eat doom and gloom. I grow big and strong by talking doom and gloom. That's what I'm doing. Don't listen to me. Just work your job. Eat your mayonnaise sandwich on your lunch break. Drink your Coke. Go back to work. Take your other 15-minute break. It's going to be fine. You're going to be able to do that for the rest of your life until you retire and sit back and ride off into the sunset. You ain't got to listen to me. But those who know, if you're willing to listen, I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong. Figure out something you can, if you're working right now, I don't care if things going good for you right now, this is the best time to do it. When things are going good for you, if you're doing good right now, if you still working, you're getting plenty of hours, this still is the time you need to be trying to figure out something or learn how to do something the way you can work for yourself. For when, not if, for when you may be out of work. Get it, got it, good. Bye.